After 3 incredible days in Cape Town, staying at Sellers Hohort, which I would highly recommend, it's in the wine country, taking a cable car to the top of Table Mountain, visiting the penguins, and of course going down to the Cape of Good Hope, the southernmost point in Africa, enjoying all of the beautiful scenery. We are off on safari to Richard Branson's Ulusaba. This camp is bookable with points, so stick around to the end where we walk you through the entire way to do it. Without further ado. All right, checking out, headed over for safari. This is gonna be a good one. Oh my gosh, headed off to Ulusaba in Kruger. There's my wife. Just got her coffee from Mug and Bean, waiting to hop on the little plane over to Kruger. We took a 2.5-hour flight from Cape Town to Kruger, where we'll hop on a charter flight to the camp's airstrip. Just got in, that was our plane here. And you can see we're now going in to Kruger International. Let's go check that out. Kruger, Kruger, Kruger. These charter flights will stop at other camps, which they stopped at a couple before ours. Now, you do have weight limits. The total is 44 pounds, and typically they enforce a soft safari bag. However, for our flight out to the camp, they actually allowed me to bring my backpack and my roller because most of the flight was empty. But this is the exception, not the rule. You actually leave the rest of your bags at the airport, and then you come get them when you return from safari. When you land, you're greeted with a glass of champagne, popped into a safari vehicle, and whisked straight to camp. We were staying in the Safari Lodge in the Treehouse suite, which requires a 6-minute walk on a suspension bridge. You overlook a watering hole, which frequently has elephants and hippos in it. If you were using points, you would have a room in the Rock Lodge, which sits atop a large hill and overlooks all of the plains. I'm gonna see. All the way right there. Let's go check it out. It's taken 6 minutes and 10 seconds. That's the bridge that you take to get to our room. Here is a private viewing deck. So we're right on a watering hole. I said private, this is actually a communal viewing deck, but there's hardly anybody else here, so it's effectively private. Those are hippos. Cool is that? Through those doors right here, it locks at the top. But then look, you go down this private staircase, and then this right here is our suite. Are you decent? This is absolutely nuts. This is called the Treehouse suite. You can see we have our own private viewing chairs here. I mean, look at our view. If you look closely right there, you can actually see crocodile. If you can see that, it's like right there. And then look, that's how you'd wake up too. If I go wide angle, look at that. Have a little couch over there, binoculars, place to eat. There's obviously a fully stocked mini bar. Anything you want, they just keep on refilling it. Same thing in here. They've got like some whiskey and looks like some wine and vodka. And then you got a coffee bar, gin, some lemon, 2 places to get ready. There's my wife. Hello, Elizabeth. Tub, shower, the whole works. Look at that shower. I mean, are you serious? Bathrobes and all that good stuff in it. Let's go check out the rest of this incredible place and let's go on safari. Let's have a look around the Safari Lodge here in Ulusaba. There's a big main pool. It was July, so it was winter in South Africa, so we were not hopping in that water. One thing to also realize is that the attitude and what they incentivize your behavior to be at Ulusaba is to mingle with all the other guests. The dining is all group style, the bar is group style, and you may end up in a actual safari vehicle with other people as well. We had that on one drive and all of our other drives were private. There is a small gym there that if you do want to work out, the food was absolutely incredible, really delicious. You're gonna have snacks every time you go out on a drive. All of the lunches are served either in the lodge or sometimes they do it out on a drive as well. Like they'll set up a camp and you can have your breakfast or lunch or dinner out there. And you must have champagne sundowners. I think that's one of the most integral, fun parts of doing a safari is after your drive, you sit down and you have a glass of champagne off the hood of the safari vehicle. And then we came back and the netting is down. Oh, we'll go this way and then this way. Oh, we have a note. We've got water and a note. Okay, this is so crazy. Hop out of bed to a safari watering hole and look what's here. Here is our room. Look, there's elephants right here. How crazy. And there's hippos right there. So that's our room. This is a watering hole. And did you catch it? There's an elephant right by our room. Now, if you're using points, as I mentioned, your room is going to be in the Rock Lodge. So let's take a quick tour of the Rock Lodge. We actually had a lunch up here and enjoyed views out over the plains. It was pretty cool, I have to be honest. I didn't tour a room while I was up there, but I'd be very happy. Most of your time is out on safari. And with that set up, let's pop out and check out the big five, the animals that you're going to see while you're on safari here in South Africa. So apparently, these lions know a leopard is nearby. Maybe there's a leopard cub or something. And so they're now looking to find the leopard because it competes for hunting and food. So there's the possibility that we may end up seeing a leopard-lion fight. Holy schmoly. We're going down this little bit. Now, we ended up doing 3 nights, which is a total of 6 drives. And I actually think that this is about the perfect amount of time to save your budget as well as be able to see pretty much everything. I've done 3 nights also in Kenya at the JW Marriott, and I did 4 nights at Chitwa in South Africa. And I think 3 is the perfect number. If you're interested in how you'd use points to book this, stick around because I'm gonna go straight into it. Okay, if you're thinking about booking this with points, which you definitely can do. It's a transfer partner of Amex, Chase, Capital One, Citi, and Bilt. Very easy to do it. Now you're going to use Virgin Red. Virgin Red, as you can see here on the screen, it's the same exact thing as Virgin Atlantic. You just enter in your Virgin Atlantic Flying Club number, and then you would suddenly be able to use the points that you have in that account in your Virgin Red account. So when you come over here and you're logged in, you'll see up at the top, it'll say rewards. Then you can see actually right now there's a limited time offer June to November. This is a different safari hotel that's in Kenya, 125,000 points a night, which is an absolute steal. Always make sure you're keeping an eye out for big transfer bonuses over to Virgin because all of the programs run them usually once or twice a year. So there's plenty of opportunities to actually get a transfer bonus as well. So what you're gonna do is you wanna go over here to travel, and you can just scroll down and you'll see as you keep scrolling scrolling down, you'll see another one in Kenya, you'll see the Finch Hattons, and then all the way over here, I don't know how it will order exactly, but you'll see stay at Ulusaba. Now this is a part of Virgin Limited Edition, and the minimum you can stay is 2 nights. So you have to stay 2 nights. You have to have 300,000 total Virgin Red points, or if you just transfer over to Flying Club, as I talked about. Each additional night is 150,000. I would highly recommend 3 nights. So this place usually is around $1,000 to $1,500 per person per night. So you're getting a pretty good deal on your points transferring it over, especially if you end up finding it with a 30 or 40% transfer bonus, then you're getting a very good deal. Now, when you do this does not include the transportation actually to the lodge. This is everything when you're at the lodge. So this is going to be all of your drives. It's going to be all of your food. And when you think about drives, you want to arrive early enough on your first day to get an evening drive in. And you want to leave when you're departing late enough to get a morning drive. So then if you're there 2 or 3 nights, you're actually getting multiple drives. So if you're there for 2 full days, you'd have a morning and an evening, so that'd be 4. The day that you get in, which would be your first night, you'd have 1, and the day that you leave, you'd have another. 6 drives, you're almost guaranteed to see the big 5. We saw it on this trip, all 5 of them. For some reason, I didn't have any photos or any video of the buffalo, but we saw them. 3 nights is kind of a nice sweet spot. You get to 4 or 5, depending on how long you want to do it, but I'd say 3 nights and you'd feel pretty good about it. When you do this, I would do the charter flights. So that's the easiest way to get there. When you fly into Kruger International Airport, they'll store those there. You can transfer your things over, but you can only take on board these safari bags. Now, you can do the charter flight. If you're booking it through the hotel, they'll probably just set you up with Federal Airlines and the hotel will help you book it. So that's if you were booking it with points. If you're using a travel agent, then they would just set all this up for you. You're going to use Federal Airlines, as you can see right here. I researched it to see the 2024 pricing. So it might be a little bit more expensive in 25 and 26. But as you can see here in Rand, this is per adult one way what the pricing is. So I would factor that into your budget when you're thinking about it. That's not just going to be the points. It takes care of everything when you're actually on property, but you still have to get to the property. You could have them drive you there. I think that would just take away from the experience. I mean, if you live close by, I guess, that wouldn't be a big deal. But if you're flying from America or Europe or Asia or Australia and you've come a long way, I would do the charter. I would save up and spend the money to do that because it makes it such a better experience and you're way above. You can see animals as you're flying in. It's super cool. But this is a way that you can basically go on safari, tick that bucket list item off in South Africa using points. I mean, that is pretty unbelievable. And then you can see, if I go backwards here, the ones in Kenya, like I'm kind of interested in going to that Mahali, Missouri. I'm probably not saying that right, or even Finch Hattons. Those are in 2 very different parts of Kenya. But I mean, I've been looking at that. I mean, I was really tempted by this offer going on for $125,000. That's a whole other safari. Like, how cool would that be? But anyways, you can see Virgin Limited Edition. That is like super high end. These are really tailored properties within the Virgin experience. So anyways, that's how you would do it if you're interested in doing it. And I would probably wait to see if you get a transfer bonus that comes through, because then it would make it even cheaper in those transferable points. Hope this helps. Thanks a lot. Obviously, I hope you enjoyed the review. I wish there was more horizontal footage, but I mainly was filming in vertical with some horizontal. But appreciate you following along. Like, subscribe. Thank you very much.